For those of you who don't know me, my name is MacPhail, and I represent a business called the SI Group. And what I've been asked to do today is very briefly, over the next sort of 55 minutes or so, what I've been asked to do is run through a brief presentation with you that we like to entitle Mastering Your Personal Motivation. Okay, now, before anybody gets too concerned and looking at some of the faces already in the room, I'd like to emphasize that my job here today, as I see it, is certainly not to come here and motivate any of you lot, right? So you can all relax a little bit. And I emphasize that because I've been in your position many times before at these sort of corporate get-togethers. And I remember a couple of times very clearly sitting where you are now. I remember my boss saying to me, Alex, you've got to concentrate. We've got this guy. He's coming to motivate you. And instantly I heard that, my reaction would always be to lean back in my chair. I would cross my arms like this. There's some brilliant examples already in the room, actually. Or even worse is the sort of stroking, that one there, so perfect. The stroking of the chin like this. And I'd look at this speaker and I'd go, you just try. And motivate me, mate, right? And I'd fight this poor speaker. Okay, and at the end I'd raise my hands in glee and go, yes, I've won. I'm still demotivated, right? So I'm not here to have a battle with you guys to see whether I can motivate you on that, because at the end of the day, our belief is very simple. And that is, if we want to be motivated, if we want to perform at our highest potential level, we've all got the ability to do so. We wouldn't be in this room if we didn't have that fundamental ability. But we've also got that annoying ability to sometimes perform at slightly less than our highest level, all right, or a demotivated state. So what this session's all about is just to give you a few ideas, some tips, some techniques that you can take away with you. Number one, to use on yourself if you choose to, and that's up to you. And number two, to use on your teams if you influence teams to instantly improve performance. So what I thought I needed to do, before inflicting this on people like yourselves, I thought I'd take these theories, which I've done, use them on myself, and after about 3 or 4 hours of pretty painful practice, started to consistently get the results I wanted. And I now feel relatively confident, obviously I can't guarantee anything, right? But relatively confident that I can take anybody here, male, female, young, old, fit, not so fit, makes no difference at all, bring you up the front here and get you to smash through a block of wood. All right, and let us say that the NHS, in their wisdom, forced everybody in this room to go on holiday to the beach for 6 months. You had to go, yeah, kicking and screaming as you can hear. You had to go. All you have to do in return is before you leave, you have to find somebody to replace yourself. All right? Now, your earnings while on the beach are controlled by the quality of the person you've chosen. Your standing in the business when you come back is controlled by the quality of the person you've chosen. And the only way you can find this person is by putting an ad in the papers where you've got 10 spaces to write down the top 10 attributes that you would look for in this person we'll call a peak performer. And what we found, is very similar to you, was irrespective of the business we looked at, irrespective of the function within the business, and irrespective of the seniority within the business, if we were looking for the difference that made the difference between average and peak performance in the workplace, time and time again, we found that the differentiator was attitudinal, probably to the tune of about 80%, 20% over skills. Now, I'm not insinuating that skills are unimportant, right? Because obviously to be competent at what we do, we have to have skills. But to be world-class at what we do, we believe that skills alone are not good enough. It's the appliance of skills, right, which is an attitudinal attribute, rather than the skill sets themselves are going to differentiate us from average to peak performance. Imagine this scenario. You can work this out even if you don't play golf. 50 yards to go to the green, but over a lake. What do you think most amateur golfers are saying to themselves at that stage? Don't go in the lake. What then happens? Click, plop, straight in the water every single time. Why does this happen? Because of your internal languaging. So what do you think a pro is saying? Yeah, put it in the green, put it in the hole. Can you see the difference in languaging here? The pro is focusing on the outcome they want rather than the outcome they don't want. Do you think that's going to create a totally different picture and outcome in their head? Is that going to change their physiology, how they feel, and how they hit the ball without a shadow of a doubt? You prepared to give it a go? Good man. Do you want to give it a go? Come on down. Give them both a round of applause. Gents first? Good man. Okay. Right. It's going to be 1, 2, and over the top. Okay, just to get your range. That's good. 1, 2, and over the top. Good. 1, 2, and through the edge. 1, 2, and...